Vertical farming includes hydroponics, aeroponics, and aquaponics. They use advanced technology to help them to optimize the growth of crops. The crop yield of vertical farms is much higher than that of traditional farming, as the crops can be stacked on top of each other, allowing for more crops to be grown per square meter than in traditional farms. Traditional farming includes using natural resources such as soil from the ground and relying on weather conditions such as rain to prosper and grow. The growth of crops is also affected by many natural factors such as the weather and temperature. There are multiple differences between vertical and traditional farming. Traditional farming requires manpower to physically water and grow the crops, whereas vertical farming uses technology. Vertical farming is not affected by seasons around the year, while traditional farming methods are reliant on the weather. Traditional farming relies on pollinators such as bees and other insects, whereas pollination in vertical farming needs to be done manually.
In Singapore, traditional farming of vegetables were used in the past. Now in the 21st century, vertical farming has been used for growing leafy vegetables. In the USA, there has been increasing demand for environmentally friendly production of fruits and vegetables, resulting in increased adoption of vertical farms. Plants in vertical farms are grown indoors and are not harmed by natural weather conditions, allowing them to grow throughout the year. However, in traditional farming, crops are easily affected by weather conditions. If temperatures are too low, the rate of germination will decrease, causing less seedlings to grow into crops.
Vertical farming requires a lot of electricity for the technology maintaining the farm to operate. However, it can be set up in small areas that anyone can have access to. Traditional farming requires a large amount of fertile land. Due to the small land space of land, the amount of land suitable for traditional farms is very scarce, as large amounts of land are required.
Vertical farming is very expensive, however they are efficient and have a high crop yield, which increases their cost effectiveness. Traditional farms, on the other hand, their crops are affected by extreme weather events, causing their crops to be destroyed, lowering their cost effectiveness.
The sustainability of a vertical farm is high because crops can be produced all year round. Not only do they use less soil, they are also in an eco-friendly environment. They can constantly produce crops and food through optimizing the conditions for the growth of crops. The sustainability of a traditional farm is affected by climate. A tropical climate is suitable for crops to grow all year round, but other climates may have varying factors that can be. Vertical farms do not harm living things around the farm. Much better can be transformed from spaces that do not have much animal disturbance. Meanwhile, traditional farms cause the destruction of the habitat of many species of living things, as they require a lot of land that is not near urban areas, causing many of them to die and possibly grow. Vertical farms require large amounts of electricity, and in order to gain the energy needed, fossil fuels will be burned, leading to more greenhouse gases being released into the atmosphere. Traditional farms cause soil degradation and pollution from fertilizers and pesticides.
In conclusion, we feel that vertical farms are better at obtaining food crops. This is because they are more environmentally friendly, efficient, feasible, sustainable, and cost efficient compared to traditional farms.